All right, class, I'm now ready for 10.2, which is on simple interest. I did look at one of the 10.1 videos, and I did notice that my sound comes in and out a little bit. It helps if you turn the volume way up. I'll send you an email on that. But it also helps if I don't move around too much. So I'm going to talk louder. I'm going to do 2 more videos, and then I'm going to rest my voice. So you're going to have to just bear with me. I'm new at this, and I'm trying to get it done because they're locking me out of campus tomorrow. And so I got to get as much done as I can. Simple interest. Simple interest, it uses the word simple, doesn't mean it's easy. It means it's not complicated. The kind of interest that's typically charged for very short-term loans, like a pawn shop might charge simple interest, a payday loan company might use simple interest. It's going to be extremely high, but they might use that kind of interest. And the other place that might use simple interest is a loan from mom and dad, loan from family or friends. And the formula is simple. It looks like this. I is equal to PRT. All right, so that's some lovely letters. I is the amount of interest you pay in dollars. P is the amount you borrowed. R is the interest rate as a decimal. And T is the time. And the time must be in the same units as the rate. And what I mean by that is if I charge you interest of 9% for a year, then my time must be in number of years. But if I charge you 1% per month, then my time must be in months. All right, so let's do a couple of those. So mom and dad loans are most common. You borrow money from your parents. And let's say you borrow $3,000 borrowed. They agree to lend you the money at 4.5% interest, and you pay them back after 9 months. All right, so they're trying to help you get through this crisis. They write you a check for $3,000, but they said, we expect that you will pay interest on this loan. All right, oops, I just moved that, so let me adjust this accordingly. All right, so you're going to pay interest on this loan. So we got I is equal to PRT. We don't know I, so we'll leave that as I. We do know you borrowed $3,000. We do know that the interest rate is 4.5%, which is 0.045. And here's the tricky part. You only kept the money for 9 months. So that is 9/12 of a year. There are 12 months in a year. You did not keep the money a whole year, so you don't have to pay back the full amount. So for a year, so we now put that into our calculator, 3,000 times 0.045 times 9 divided by 12. And that gives me $112.15, 50 cents. So that's the interest on the loan. Now, here's where people will mess up on the Chapter 10 test for this section. Sometimes the question will be, how much interest was charged on this loan? In which case, the answer is $112.50. But sometimes the question is, what is the payoff amount? In other words, when you pay your mom and dad back, how much do you have to pay them back? Well, you have to pay them back the $3,000 you borrowed plus the $112.50. So you have to pay them back $3,112.50. So, like many of my exams, the caution I'm going to continue to give you as you take exams from me is pay attention to the units. All right. So they'll give you many, many problems like this. You could borrow money from a sister. You could borrow money from some sort of a payday loan. Payday loan places are interesting because their interest rates, typically they just tell you the amount, which we'll get to later. But if they tell you the rate, they'll often give you the rate monthly. So you might get a loan where they charge you 2.8% each month, and you keep the loan for 3 months. Let's say instead of borrowing the money from your mom and dad, you went to one of these loan places. Maybe you did, I don't think they do payday loans here anymore, but they'll do title loans. So you give them the title of your car, they lend you the $3,000. You get to continue to drive your car, but you have to pay them back the money after 3 months. So that would be $3,000 times 0.028 times 3. It's not 3 divided by 12 because that is a monthly rate, and so we put in the number of months. So that's 3,000 times 0.028 times 3. They're going to, whoa, well, I put in a minus sign instead of a times sign. Okay, so I got 3,000. Whoa, I just put in 30,000 times 0.028 times 3. And I get $252. So here I'm paying $252 for a loan I only had for 3 months. I have to pay them back $3,252 or they take my car. I had a client one time who said to me, "Oh, Mary Beth, I found this great place that would lend me money. Just all I had to do was give them the title to my car so they could hold it until I pay them back." And I said, "If you gave them the title to your car, you do realize that if you don't pay them back, they own your car." And she goes, "No, no, they just have the title." I said, "Yeah, that's the ownership of the car." All right, so be sure you understand what you're signing when you sign things, and stay away from those companies as much as you possibly can. All right. All right, so that's been 7 minutes. So now I'm going to go into showing you how to do the same thing if you make a payment during the course of a year. All right, pause.